had a big night in Fort Worth, Texas. Tonight we had the Unlimited Amateur Finals, and we have Joel Colgrove here from Biloxi, Alabama. He rode to first place, but this wasn't his first trip to the finals this week. He rode to the finals in the Rios of Mercedes Amateur a couple days earlier, and he placed third. But placing first was his granddaughter Blakley riding Paradox Cat. How is it, Joel, competing with your granddaughters?
It's great. It's fun. I mean, we've traveled for the last 3 years, up and down the road, and boy, this is really, really good.
How did you come to get back into cutting? Your granddaughters?
My granddaughters, when they got a little older, they started. I kind of semi-retired, and I started going back to Batesville, Mississippi to cuttings, and they started going with me. They were just small, and of course 3 years ago, and they kind of got into it. It was real hard getting them started. They didn't want to get out and into the cutting pen to cut, but they would get out in the loping pen and lope. And finally, Mr. Lee talked them into to getting into the show pen because he needed to fill a class one day, and they've been going ever since.
Well, tonight you rode One Catty Cupid. How did you come to get this horse?
We bought her about a month before the Futurity.
And is it true that you didn't ride this horse until your first trip to the herd?
That's right. That's correct.
And was that a little nerve-wracking?
No. I mean, I got on her, and boy, she felt really good. Charlie Bronk got her ready, and I've never got on a horse that felt so good.
And what's the name of that trainer who trained that horse?
Austin Shepard.
And how long have you worked with Austin?
Oh, off and on, probably for the last 12, 15 years.
Now, tonight when you rode to the herd, talk to me about your run.
Well, I really can't remember a lot of it, but I can remember the second cow, and it really felt good.
Do you remember your curing section?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I could hear them. they were doing a good job.
How does that affect you when you're doing your run? Does that help you?
Well, kind of lets me know that I'm doing pretty good, or at least they feel like I am.
Austin Shepard always has a strong cheering section.
Sure.
What is he like as a trainer and a coach?
Oh, Lord, he's good. I mean, it's just a real easy, good atmosphere, and I really enjoyed it.
Speaking of atmosphere, what is it like when you ride in these bright lights? How is that different from other things?
Oh, you got the best help, the best cattle, the best ground. It's really a fun place to show. Really, really nice.
What are the plans for this horse now?
Austin will take her and show her in the open and season her up some, and then when Madeline gets well from her little accident, she'll get on her and go to showing her.
And Madeline is your other granddaughter.
Yes, ma'am. That
was riding this horse, and what happened?
It slipped on the pavement and on her way to the practice pen and fell on top of her.
But she's going to be fine.
Oh, yes, and she's fine. They told her today about 6 to 8 weeks she'll be ready to go.